Welcome to the RYM Student Podcast, helping you fit God's truth into your life. Reflecting on biblical truth is vital for the life of the believer. We hope this podcast will encourage you in your walk with Jesus. The following was recorded at one of Reformed Youth Ministries conferences. The audio might not be clear, but the message is. We hope you enjoy it.
This is John chapter 5, and this is Jesus showing mercy to someone whose their circumstances are a little bit different from the woman at the well. This happens very soon after his interaction with her. There is in Jerusalem by the sheep gate a pool. In Aramaic, it's called Bethesda, which has 5 roofed colonnades. In these lay a multitude of invalids, blind, lame, paralyzed. I want you to see something about this place. And it's that glorious things like mercy, they typically happen in inglorious places. And we talked a little bit about that yesterday, about it's Sychar in Samaria. It's like a place that people went way out of their way to avoid, and that's where God's mercy shows up. But I want to kind of hammer that point home for a couple of reasons this morning again. And I need you to understand this place where Jesus meets this man. It's called the sheep gate. There are a ton of sheep coming through here, okay? Like, they are sacrificing all day, every day. They're running that thing, like, wide open, and they're sheep. And so to have sheep to sacrifice, you got to bring the sheep in. You know, it's not like they're just, growing the sheep there. So this is the place where the sheep come in. And I want you to know that. I think it's important for us to know that because I'm indoorsy. And I haven't spent I wasn't raised on a farm, newsflash. But when I think about livestock, what I think about is the smell, okay? Because livestock, I don't know if you know this or not, but they're not really taking many baths or ever. Most of them have never bathed. They just don't bathe them. They're there. That's who they are. And this is a place. There's going to be some very distinct smells in this place, okay? It's going to smell like livestock. It's going to smell like their feces and their urine because, again, probably not housebroken. They're killing these things pretty quickly. I don't think they take the time to teach them where to make or whatever. So there's going to be those smells. It's also going to be kind of a loud place, okay? It's going to be kind of a loud place for a couple of reasons. One, because guess what? The sheep are not always quiet, all right? They're like, bleating at each other, and like bumping into each other. And you got the people driving them. And it also happens to be that this is a place, okay? This is a place where all these invalids are, okay? This is a place where they took people who they didn't really want to deal with and they deposited them there so they wouldn't have to see them so frequently. So this place has a smell and a sound. It's just a place that you wouldn't want to really hang out. What I mean is this is a place where people want to get out of there. They don't want to hang around at the sheep gate, all right, with the nasty sheep. And yet this is a place where God's mercy shows up. He shows up in a gross, nasty place. Now let's talk about these invalids for a second, and particularly this invalid that Jesus helps. All right, this guy has been an invalid for 38 years, and this guy is handicapped in the first century. The truth of the matter is that this time, if you were born handicapped, you were lucky they didn't just kill you immediately, okay? For convenience sake. You didn't have any other options in your life but to be a beggar. You're going to live the rest of your life. Your career is planned out for you. Beggar. These guys, all they could do is beg. And here's why it's really important for us to hammer this point home, is because we have to see that in this story, we are not Jesus. We're not Jesus in any of the stories, but we're not Jesus. We're the invalid, okay? We are the invalid. We're the one who we're helpless. Here's why you have to really believe that, not just like know it in your head, but believe it, is because you cannot show mercy to anyone unless you have received mercy. You can't give what you don't have, okay? You can't give what you do not have. So you can't give what you haven't received, and you can't receive mercy until you have looked at the invalid and said, that is my spiritual condition. I'm completely helpless. All right? There's no room to look down your nose at anyone. There's no self-righteousness. You have to look at yourself. If you have not done that, then you have not received mercy.
For more information on RYM student conferences, visit rym.org/conferences.